Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Johnny Vlogs for today, January 22nd, 2018. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We're getting snowed on here in Minnesota. I keep being told by people that, well, you haven't seen a real winter yet. The last few have been kind of light, so we'll see. But so far, I'm kind of enjoying it. The snow is actually really pretty out here. This episode, we are going to talk about where you, if you want to meet me, where you can find me at two different points this year. But before we get to that, I have some people to thank. First of all, regular PayPal supporter James Reed with another contribution. Thank you so much, James. Really appreciate that. On top of that, we have a bunch of new Patreon supporters. Thank you to the new and old Patreon supporters. I really, you guys are a game changer in all of this, and I love the way that we're able to give back to these many cases we look at. Megan Mary is now pledged. Hey, Megan. Becky Tyler Linthicum. I hope I'm saying that right. Becky Tyler, thank you so much for your pledge. Inga, who I've been speaking to on Twitter. Hey, Inga. Talia Staden, also now pledged. Thank you so much, Talia, as well as Sheila McKenzie is pledged. Hey, Sheila. And Melissa Blake upped her pledge, which is really cool. So thank you so much. All right. So where can you see me this year? Two cons primarily. I've two conventions that I'm going to. One of them is CrimeCon, which I am excited about. I actually did send them a message and asked if they wanted to have some YouTubers get together. I reached out to Danelle Hallen. I reached out to Kendall Ray. They agreed if we could get some kind of panel together or something, that they would definitely be part of it. But for some reason, CrimeCon just never responded, and that was despite even a bunch of tweets and retweets that were going on around this that included their Twitter. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel kind of, particularly when I look at their agenda, I don't think that people always understand that YouTube has this kind of going on, that there's this kind of true crime element that's going on here. I know, the spooky storytelling stuff has been happening on YouTube for a while, and I think a lot of people are really aware of that. But when it comes to the true crime thing, I think we kind of get glossed over. But CrimeCon has a bunch of podcasts. People that I'm very familiar with are going to be there. Pretty much every major podcast that I've heard of goes to this. On top of that, Nancy Grace goes, a couple people from television. They've got like the actor that plays the detective, what's his name? Kenda? Hope I'm saying that right. Joe Kenda, is it? I've watched that show a couple times, kind of like it, but so I'm excited about it. I'll be going just as a guest. I won't be actually doing any presentation or anything like that, but I think that's kind of a good way to get myself introduced to this con. This is only the second year they've been doing it. This year it is going to be in Nashville, which I've never been to Nashville before. I'm really excited to check out that part of the country as well. And it is from May 4th through the 6th, 2018. Tickets are still for sale for a full pass for the whole weekend. And I'm also hearing that they might offer single day tickets at a later time. So if you're interested, or if you live in the area and you think you might want to drop in there for a day just to check it out, stay tuned to crimecon.com for more updates on that. And you can also see everyone else that is going to be there. I mean, it's, Up and Vanished podcast. We're talking just so many people that I've bumped into. The Maura Murray podcast guys are going to be there. I'm really excited to meet some of these people face to face, people that I've even communicated with over the past few years. So really excited. Did I mention I was excited? Because I'm really excited. All right. That is CrimeCon. And then, like I did last year, I am going back to VidCon. VidCon is kind of a YouTube conference that happens in Anaheim, California, right next to Disneyland, which is kind of fun. And it's a really big convention. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. It kind of skews a little bit towards the main audience that YouTube is attracting, kind of what some of us would consider like a post-MTV audience, kind of the new version of what an MTV audience used to be. If you're walking around the showroom floor, it can certainly feel like it skews younger, But if you dig in, you're going to find some of your favorite YouTubers there. There is also different tracks that they do. And I basically buy a pass for what's called the creator track, which takes me up to the second level of the conference. They have a bunch of meetings that are going on specific topics. I really enjoy it. I learn a lot, and it's a lot of stuff that helps motivate me or gives me new ideas for the channel here. So I'm really trying to make it a regular thing that I go to VidCon. This is their 9th year of doing it, and it's just been growing by leaps and bounds. And I've basically seen, shy of a few people, I've seen most of my favorite YouTubers already live in person there, which is also just kind of another personal thrill for me in terms of that convention. That convention is going from June 20th to the 23rd. The 20th, the Wednesday, is not typically, it doesn't have that much going on the agenda, so I'm not going to be there until Thursday. I'll be there from June 21st through the 23rd. You might want to follow me on Twitter. Last year, I did kind of put a message out that, I was going to be at a certain spot. I got to meet a couple of viewers, which was really, really fun. So I'll likely do something like that, probably for each of these cons. I might even kick it. If I remember right, last year I made a video, just a real quick video kind of on the spot saying, this is where I'm going to be. It's going to be tomorrow night at 7 or something like that. So I might try to do something like that for both cons. Kind of, I'll base it on your input. So in the comment box below, let me know, first of all, are you going to come to any of these cons, or do you live close to these cons, and would you consider coming if I had some type of small meetup event or something like that? And if you're interested in that type of meetup event, let me know about it in the description box below. I'm really happy to be doing 2 cons this year. It's just kind of reminding me about the steady growth that this channel has had, which I'm really, really proud of. And who knows, more conventions, more trips, all that stuff is up for grabs. I'd really like to do something international at some point. I know there's a lot of people, it seems like, in the UK that have mentioned that they'd love for me to come out there. I've got a couple of YouTubers that I really like that are out there. So if I could kind of whip together a trip where I meet some of them as well, or do some type of collaboration with them, might be a good idea. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking about all this stuff. But for this year, certainly 2 conventions, VidCon and CrimeCon. If you want to bump into me, come to these events. Maybe we can make that happen. I don't think we're going to have a case cracked tomorrow. I've got a couple of Searchlight updates I want to do. First of all, we pretty much understand the motive in Blaze's case. I want to discuss that with you guys. And then in the case of Jonathan Hamilton, we have his mother reaching out, and I want to talk to you guys about that, let you know where you can check that out, maybe get a little more information on that case, and kind of just talk about possible next steps on that one. I'm really moved to try to help her as much as possible. I need a little feedback from you guys on possibly how we can do that. So we'll have 2 Searchlight update videos for tomorrow. I hope you'll come back and check them out. Take care, everyone. See you back here on the Lord and Arts channel.